So since this seems a really different field, really unconventional one, I'm sure it would have its fair share of challenges and some kind of setbacks. So are there any some challenges you faced in your career?
Oh, absolutely. People believe because wine is generally considered a luxury commodity, people consider sommeliers to live a luxurious life. And the reality is we don't. We do get the benefit of tasting some of the foods and wines that people who have infinite resources get to taste. So that's sort of the benefit. The reality is, though, being a sommelier is incredibly difficult. It is physically extraordinarily demanding, constantly picking up cases of wine. I remember one time I was carrying a case of wine and I sneezed, and with that weight of 40 something pounds, or what 17 18 kilos, it threw out my back and I couldn't walk for 3 weeks, right? But so just I can think of times in restaurants receiving hundreds of cases of wine and having to put them away and flatten down the boxes and take them out, trying not to get your suit dirty and sweating and you're hot. So it's very physically demanding, long hours on the floor. At one restaurant I would average walking 10 to 15 kilometers a shift, just so you're constantly on your feet. So it's very physically demanding. It's emotionally demanding. It's mentally demanding. You will interact with people that see you as the help, as service, that are rude, that will put you down, that will challenge your knowledge, that use you to show off how much they know. You'll have people want to try to show off by correcting you, or trying to, again, to challenge what you may or may know. You'll have people that know more than you, make you feel bad about what you don't know. You'll have guests that are completely impatient and unrealistic about expectations. You'll have things like, you put your effort and love into curating a wine list, you recommend a wine and you bring it over, and you'll have a guest reject it because they don't like the color, they won't even try it, or things like that. So there's a lot of emotionally, intellectually, mentally, and physically demanding things that we have to face. And also in terms of a quality of life, if you're a restaurant sommelier, I said it before, we work when other people play. That's why we have a job, which means it's very difficult to have a stable relationship. It's very difficult to have family time. Most restaurant sommeliers work nights, weekends, holidays, so you get used to spending holidays apart from your family, and maybe you come home and hopefully they're still awake, but maybe they're asleep. You get used to not having weekends. You have to conduct business for yourself when nobody else is open. You sleep half the day. If get home from work at 2 or 3 in the morning, you can't be expected to be up at 8 a.m. So there's definitely a quality of life thing. And the reason I made the transition out of working restaurant and on-premise service into what I do now, which is education, journalism, consulting, training, etc., is exactly that. I needed a better quality of life. The last restaurant I opened, I spent 700 hours creating the wine program, and in 5.5 months, I lived in a hotel for 100 straight nights, and I didn't have more than 4 days off. I was working 16 to 18-hour days. That's not sustainable. So it's a fun and rewarding career for sure, but there's a tremendous amount of hard work to move your way up the ladder, and it's tremendously intense, physically, emotionally, intellectually, mentally, at every stage of your career.
Right. Do you think that just because you were truly passionate about it, you could sustain? Because it seems really overwhelming right now that you had to, this is really a demanding job. So I have a fair idea about this career stream, but it seems really demanding. So I think since you're truly passionate about it, that's how you just kept going.
Passion is the key to succeeding as a sommelier. If you don't have the passion for it, all of the things that I mentioned that can pull you down will pull you down. Sommeliers don't make a lot of money. Eventually, there's potential to make a great deal of money, but anybody who's looking to get into the sommelier career to become wealthy, I would suggest it's the wrong reason, because very few sommeliers really make a lot of money. For the most part, you're working very hard for little pay. Many sommeliers are hourly, they live paycheck to paycheck, don't have benefits. So it has to be passion based. If you love wine, if you love tasting wine, you love travel, the benefits that you receive from being a sommelier in terms of being able to taste all the wines of the world, and I've been to over 60 countries. And more than half of those have been because I'm a sommelier. Somebody else has spent the money to fly me out to their region, to take me to wineries, to amazing dinners at Michelin star restaurants, like all these great things. There are tons of benefits, but you need the passion and excitement about the career and about wine and about interacting with guests and helping to open their minds and be really hospitality oriented to succeed. Otherwise, if you're in it for the glory, or which not so glamorous, or for the money, you'll never succeed. So you hit it on the head when you said passion. Passion is key, absolutely key to success. And with that passion, it helps you get over those challenging nights where all you want to do is stand like this in the shower for an hour after a 14-hour shift that was just brutal, and your clothing was ruined, and you're physically destroyed and mentally done. If you have that passion, it helps you deal with that.